Hey guys, welcome to Book Envy. My name is Michaela, and today I am going to be doing the 50 questions you've never been asked before tag. I was inspired to go into a new direction because this week I now have over 100 subscribers, and I'm very, very excited about that. And to celebrate and be a little bit festive, I thought that I would switch it up and do a tag video instead of my normal book review. I just want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed and also everybody who has supported Book Envy, and also me, Michaela, creator of Book Envy. I have done some shout outs to other booktubers in some of my other videos, and one that I would definitely like to include today is Anne from Book Your Imagination. This woman is absolutely amazing. I will link her channel down below. Go there if you haven't, because you're gonna find plenty of reasons to stay. Her content features adventures that she goes on in addition to books that she talks about. They turned Frankenstein into a ballet. Not only did I learn that, I also got to see some sneak peeks of it. She's really generous with her subscribers and also to other booktubers like myself. I created my own book tag called the I Want to Get Drunk with Oscar Wilde book tag, and it's more or less a fill in the blank of like little scenarios and the author that you would want to have that experience with. And she was the first person to do my tag. It started to pick up recently, and I'm so grateful to her for her support, and thank you very much for all the love. And again, I'm really happy that I've reached 100, so thank you guys so much. It's really appreciated. I will be looking down periodically for the questions, so don't think that like you're missing something. It's just, yeah. Question number one is, what is your favorite candle scent? Oh my gosh, so many candles, so little time. There's one that's really pricey. It's from Williams-Sonoma. It's a light blue candle, and it's called Fleur de Sel. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly or not. I like fancy things, I just can't pronounce or afford them. There was a candle that I loved from Bath & Body Works called London Calling, and I don't even know if they still make it, but it smelled like tea with lemon, and it was just like the nicest fragrance, and it was one of the few fragrances that I feel like worked really, really well regardless of what time of year you decided to burn it. Question number two is, what female celebrity would you want as a sister? Jennifer Lopez has been my queen since 1999, and long may she reign. Question number three is, what male celebrity would you want as a brother? What male celebrity would you want as your brother? There's two ways I can go with it. I can either say somebody like Neil Patrick Harris, because he seems like he would be so much fun. I would get to see like a lot of theater. Or I could also take it in a direction too, like if somebody like Tom Hardy was my brother, then you know he would probably have friends over, and then maybe they could be my friends. Question number four is, how old do you think you'll be when you marry? I am already married. It will be 2 years for us in July. I was 27 when I got married. Question number five is, do you know someone who is a hoarder? I know some close calls. I don't think that I know an actual hoarder. Question number six is, can you do the splits? Question number seven, how old were you when you learned to ride a bike? I was a little bit older. I think I was probably 8 or 9. I just wanted to learn how to ride a bike to know that I could ride a bike. Question number 8 is, how many oceans have you swum in? 1. Number 9 is, how many countries have you visited? 2. I have visited St. Lucia, and I have also visited Barbados. Question number 10 is, anyone in your family in the Army? Not actively, however, we are still a proud Army family, hashtag Army Strong. My grandfather served in World War II, and my father is a Vietnam War veteran. He was injured in combat and is a Purple Heart recipient. He's the strongest person I know. He's pretty badass, and I'm honored to be his kid. Questions 11 and 12 are, what would you name your son and or daughter? The day that I have an answer to this question, it'll be a surprise for me and you, because I don't plan on having children. Question number 14 is what was your favorite TV show as a kid? I grew up in the 90s, so anything that was on TV at that time. Boy Meets World, Saved by the Bell, of course I loved those. But I also loved watching reruns of older shows. I was pretty big into MASH, actually. Question number 13, what's the worst grade you've ever gotten on a test? All the Fs. All the Fs. Every last one of them. I like to think that there's some positives to my personality, but you know, being a good student, not really one of them. You can ask any employer I've ever had, nobody has anything negative to say about me as a worker, but as a student, it was pretty rough. And I always got along really, really well with all my teachers and even all of my professors, but there was absolutely no hiding their frustration with me because they liked me as a person, but there wasn't really a lot they could do with me as a student. I couldn't even tell you how many things that I have failed in school. Question number 15 is, what was your Halloween costume at age 8? So that would have been Esmeralda from The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I actually still use parts of that costume. Every Halloween I have like a daytime costume, which is work appropriate, and then I have my nighttime costume when I'm, you know, going out, which is not work appropriate. Well, there's still parts of the original costume that I use. So I can still get things to like tie, but I have a shawl kind of that I wrap around me, and so you can't see where things are like tied or like safety pinned in. So I mean, you'd never know, but I will tell you that I make a fantastic gypsy. Question number 16, I have read all of the Harry Potter books. I read the first Twilight book, and I have not read any of the Hunger Games. Number 17 is, would you rather have an American or British accent? I've been told before that I actually have a pretty neutral American dialect, so, but I don't really have a preference. Question number 18 is, did your mother go to university? My mother is a hairdresser. She did not go to university. Number 19, are your grandparents still married? They are still married in heaven, going strong. Number 20, have you ever taken karate lessons? No, but my husband is trained in Kung Fu, and my father was also involved in boxing and martial arts. So it's something that I've been around, but as far as like actually practicing it myself, there's been talk of me doing it coming up, but no, I have not actually officially taken any Kung Fu or karate classes. 21, do you know who Kermit the Frog is? Never heard of him. 22, first amusement park you visited? I've actually never visited an amusement park. I know, sounds crazy, right? I don't have any particular aversion for whatever reason. I've never been to an amusement park, and people have told me that that's really weird. So do with that what you will. 23 is, which language would you like to be fluent in? My knee-jerk response to that is to say Italian, so that way my ancestors up there would finally have a reason to look down and smile on me for the choices that I've made in my life. Question number 24 is, how do you spell the word gray? G-R-A-Y or G-R-E-Y? Listen, I'm an American and I prefer spelling it G-R-E-Y. I also prefer humor with a U, but I mean, it's like trying to make fetch happen, and I just kind of let it go after a while. I prefer E-Y, and I think it looks, I don't know, I just like it better. 25, is your father bald? Not even close. 26, do you know triplets? I know one triplet, so I know one of the 3 triplets. 27, Titanic over The Notebook all day, every day. I hate The Notebook, actually. I hate the book, I hate the film. I found it nauseating. Titanic is like, is a bit much. It's probably like the most extra movie ever made, but it did have some redeeming qualities to it. I don't understand everyone's obsession with that movie. I really don't. It's so funny because you can get onto social media, and if The Notebook is on, there will be like 3 women that have to tell everybody like, hey, The Notebook's on Lifetime tonight, and I'm just like, who fucking cares? Not me. 28 is, do you like Indian food? I love Indian food. Number 29 is, what is your favorite restaurant? I don't know if I can narrow it down to a favorite restaurant, but I love trying different cuisines, and I just love trying different things in general. So number 30 is, have you ever been to Nando's? I have not been to Nando's, and I'm also not familiar with it. 31, do you belong to any warehouse stores? No, I do not. 32, if you were born the opposite gender, what would your name have been? And my name would have been Michael. Michela is the Italian variation of Michelle, which is feminine to Michael. So My grandfather and father are the two men that I was named after. 33, do you have any nicknames? I do have some nicknames. Most people just call me Michaela. The nicknames are just like silly. They're not like things that I actually go by. Number 1 is Michaela Hilton because I may like to go shopping just a little bit. I have a friend of mine, her husband and his friend, when everybody like first met, they were determined to think they could not remember my name. So they decided that they were going to come up with nicknames for me and I could choose which one. So they ended up calling me Kells for short. There's a few people that call me Elle, like Elle Woods, E-L-L-E. It's just because, again, it's like a shortened variation of my name. I generally go by Michaela. It's what people call me, or it's what people try to call me. I could actually say that Michaela is a nickname. It's not, but it's what I'm called more than anything else. Question number 34 is, who is your favorite person in the world? I'm pretty fond of my husband. However, I have a great family. My mother is my best friend in the whole world. My father is my hero. My grandfather, oh gosh, probably my grandfather. He passed away when I was 14, so I don't have him anymore. My aunt and uncle, who are my godparents. I have a really amazing group of people in my life, and I have amazing friends too, so I have too many favorite people to name. Would I rather live in the country or the city? I would much rather live in the city. Number 36, not only can I not whistle, it's sad. Number 37, do you sleep with a nightlight? Yes, I do. I'm also a raging insomniac. My circadian rhythm just marches to the beat of its own drum, and that's probably why I'm up until like 4 in the morning with insomnia, is because I have lights on. 38, breakfast is a non-negotiable for me. I can't focus, I can't concentrate, I'm bitchy, so breakfast is absolutely necessary. Again, it's one of those things, I don't know how people don't have breakfast. Like, are you not hungry when you wake up? 39, what pills or medicines do you take? Birth control, can't get enough of it. Number 40, what medical conditions do you suffer from? Allergies. 41, how many times have you been to the hospital? They named a ward after me. Question number 42, have you ever seen Finding Nemo? Yes, I have. Question number 43, where do you buy your jeans? Honestly, like American Eagle or something of like that equivalent. Number 44, the last compliment I received, somebody told me the other day that I have really white teeth for a smoker. Question number 45, do you usually remember your dreams in the morning? I have really bad issues with sleeping properly. However, one thing I will say that I have issues falling asleep. However, when I am there, I have like the most messed up abstract dreams. I've heard people talk about their dreams before and they just sound so normal. And then there's me, but yet when I do fall asleep, the weirdest fucking dreams. What flavor tea do you enjoy? Oolong tea is probably my favorite. I also like some green tea, regular tea. Oh, I like chai tea. I typically drink unsweetened tea, which is something else that a lot of people find really unusual, especially if you're anywhere in the South. It's almost like breaking one of the commandments. They have no idea, you know, what you're doing, but I don't drink sugar in my tea. 47 is, how many pairs of shoes do you currently own? I would like to plead what is hopefully a very stylish Fifth Amendment to that. 48 is, what religion would you raise your children to practice? Once again, I don't plan on having children. However, if I did, I would want them to be able to think for themselves. And if they did believe in something, I would want them to feel the way that they did, because it was something that they discovered with free will, not because they were raised to practice something. 49, how old were you when you found out Santa wasn't real? Well, I don't know about everybody else, but my Santa wrote thank you notes. And after a while, I had started noticing that the thank you notes that Santa would write me for the cookies started to look a lot like my mom's handwriting. It's so funny how like kids are so innocent sometimes, and then there's me who has to be the asshole that's like, you know, how come when we go to the grocery store there's all these Easter baskets, or this looks like, you know what I mean? Like, I think it's funny that you can take a kid to a grocery store and during Easter and they'll see Easter baskets everywhere and then never put 2 and 2 together that, you know, the Easter basket that they've received from the Easter Bunny looks an awful lot like the one, you know, that they saw in the supermarkets. Question number 50 is, why do you have a blog? I have a blog because I absolutely love books and I love reading, and I wanted to finally connect with people. That now concludes the 50 questions you've never been asked before tag. Hopefully you were able to learn a little bit more about me. I hope it wasn't too boring for everybody. And once again, thank you for helping me reach 100 subscribers. 100 people is a lot of people. I mean, that's the size of a small restaurant. So I have a small restaurant of people subscribed to my channel, and that is just, that's crazy. It's crazy. It's awesome.